it's blossoming into a huge problem.
I don't think there's anything wrong with video games.
And it'll say through the game, murdered him, killed him, and I just don't like hearing that.
I really think that I don't play too much, though I have a gaming system on my hands all the time, like right now.
We're parking our children in front of the video games because we don't want to take the time to parent them. So the kids, I take it, have been watching excessive video games.
At this point, it's still manageable, but I can see that it's blossoming into a huge problem. Because my son, who's normally very cooperative, he does what I ask him to do. He's now starting to challenge me, yell when I tell him to turn off the game. He'll actually scream at me, and it's so out of character.
All right. Lisa Marie, what would you like to share?
Your Honor, I am so appalled. I spend quite a bit of time with the children, and they used to be looking up to me. We would do games, creative games. We would do paintings. We would do physical things. And now Bill got this huge plasma TV with 4 loudspeakers, so you have its surround sound of killing and destruction, annihilation. When I come to the front door, the children used to come, "Oh, Melissa, so good to see you." Now I don't even get a greeting. There's no more respect. There's no more. I feel like the video games are taking my grandchildren away. And it's like Karen says, they do not obey anymore. I mean, Nicholas, he used to be so easy. You tell him to do something and he does it. When it comes to video games, he cannot stop.
Yeah.
What kind of games are there?
Well, that's the thing. I like it when he plays the more constructive games where you're actually building gardens and you're building things. But he seems to be really going in a direction of the shooter games where you're killing, and it'll say through the game, murdered him, killed him, and it just repeats it through the game. They're hearing
mark
this.
up these games, right? When I say mark up, don't they rate them?
Yes, they rate them like mature or
right.
depending
so
on who it's
apparently
for.
he is playing games that's past his age group
That's
in terms
correct.
of recommended.
That's
playing.
correct.
All right. Who made that choice?
Well, that was something that I let happen, but it was mainly under the advice of my husband,
All right.
Bill. Yeah.
Well, Bill, all the ladies have been talking. Tell me what you think about all of this.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with video games, as long as it's in moderation like anything else. But it's part of society now. Video games, our kids play them, my friends' kids play them, they play online together.
Do you think this is much ado about nothing?
It's a good question. Do I think it has much to do about nothing? I don't see a big difference between that and say watching TV or another indoor activity. It builds a different skill set. But is it any different than that in watching a movie?
Well, the difference in the movie is you're not interactive. Because when I'm watching Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible ride down the street, I'm watching him in a fast car. But I'm not with a video game driving it myself and trying to run down Halle Berry or some other woman in it.
Gotcha.
You see what I mean?
I do.
So there lies the difference. Remember, you're a kid where everybody tells you what to do. In a video game, they give you a gun and you get to go shoot up people.
Yeah,
Do whatever you want.
So what kind of escape is that?
That's right.
So naturally, has this had an impact on your relationship at all?
I'll defer to the wife.
I have to say it's been pretty annoying at times when Bill's up till 2 or 3 himself playing, and it's hard for me to
Wait
sleep.
a minute.
But other than that, I think
Wait a minute, we have a conflict of interest here. You're advocating the games, but you didn't tell me that you were a gamer.
You didn't ask.
All right? Mr. Clever.
yeah,
So he's up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning,
not all the time, but yeah.
but sometimes.
Sometimes.
What impact has that had?
I think there's a distance between us because he's in a different world that I'm not in for a part of the time.
So you're in the world of shooting and killing up people in the
Yeah.
war videos too?
Sometimes, yes.
Okay. It's not the same when your son plays, is it?
No, he plays kind of a sci-fi game.
Let me bring him out.
Okay.
All right? Let's bring out Nicholas. Why do you-
I mean, so far, you can tell that the parents love each other, and maybe the mom feels a little bit, in a way, left out. Not that she wants to play video games, but it is something that maybe her husband and the son share, and she doesn't really share that interest with her son, and maybe she wants to be a part of it. But also, I think it's perfectly reasonable to at least have a boundary of, okay, wait, you can't play these higher rated video games unless you are the age appropriate for them. I think that's kind of, that's reasonable to ask.
I think we're here today.
To discuss if I play too much or not.
Okay. What do you think?
I really think that I don't play too much, though I have a gaming system on my hands all the time, like right now.
How do you feel about your game?
It is a very fun game.
What is it about?
You are the last of the elite Spartan soldiers, and you are fighting the Covenant, some evil aliens.
So you get to shoot them?
Uh,
All right. How does that make you feel when you do that?
well,
He's playing Halo. Come on. That is like a classic game. I was probably around his age when I played Halo. And I turned out okay. Maybe. What do you think? Ozzy, I think he fell asleep.
I'm really against the whole aliens attacking Earth, so I love to attack them. I love attacking the aliens.
You love attacking the aliens?
Yeah.
Does it ever make you feel frustrated?
When I die, yes.
You're frustrated from the game, so if your mom comes in, she probably hadn't done you anything, but if she's bugging you, it comes out where you yell, you think?
Yeah.
All right. How do you feel when you yell at your mom?
Well, at the time I feel angry, but afterward I want to apologize.
Right, because you have regrets about it, right?
Yes.
All right. So what we're trying to do is find a good place for you to be so you don't have to walk around either feeling guilty or shame after you've acted out. Because some of this is because of the game. What you think?
I think that's a good idea.
You think so?
Yeah.
And you see how good it is to have a real conversation with somebody? You've been trapped up killing them aliens. I've enjoyed meeting you. Thank you so much. We'll come up with an agreement I promise that you'll be happy about.
Okay.
All right, fella. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Thank you. He is absolutely charming. You've done a wonderful job. But what I commend you for is this is a problem going on in America everywhere. Because what's happening is we're parking our children in front of the video games because we don't want to take the time to parent them. So why don't we try to come up with fashioning, because you came here for a parenting agreement, and to have me help you come up with a happy medium.
Okay.
All right? Are you open to that?
Yes.
So let's start with our suggestions. First of all, you'll go back, review the videos that he has, and then you can make a decision as to whether or not you feel they're appropriate with the new information that you have. How about that?
Sounds
All
great.
right? Sounds good? The second thing is, though, why don't we limit or have some structure on how much time he's spending doing that? What do you think about that?
I think that sounds great.
All right? Is 2 hours enough a day?
I
Or
think 2
three.
hours is more than enough.
Yes, I think so too. But the problem is he doesn't think so. But that's for me to deal with.
And that to the extent he becomes a little obnoxious with you, as his father says, it's testosterone, and he gets a little verbal with you in ways that he shouldn't, this is a good way in terms of pulling that video game from him as a way of punishment and reward. Case stands adjourned.
All rise.
Yep, exactly. I agree with this judgment. I think it's perfectly reasonable to limit video games because my parents did the same with me, and I was also that difficult kid that wanted to keep playing because video games are fun, and I was playing exactly the same game that this kid is playing, Halo. I think it's better to be shooting aliens than other people, so it's a little bit, I think context helps a little bit, and 2 hours is more than enough because he has other stuff he has to do. He has to, play outside or do homework or anything else. Spend time with family. What do you guys think about the judgment? Do you think it was too much, too little, or just right? Do you guys think that video games can have an ill effect on children, or do you think it's much to do about nothing? I would love to know your thoughts, and I would wake up Ozzy right now, but he's asleep in my arms if you take a look. Love ya.